All right, guys, the day has come. I get my chance to take a look at the Ruger 1022 replica. This thing has been very highly anticipated, especially for me. Ever since I saw it at SHOT Show this year, I've been just so excited to get my hands on one of these. Now that day is here. We're going to take a good look at what this replica is all about. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so here it is. Just came in the mail yesterday. It was actually a surprise to me. I got a package from Umarex, and I was expecting a few other things in there. They did not tell me that they were going to have one of these in there for me, and when I opened up that box, to my very pleasant surprise, I saw the Ruger 1022, and I just knew I had to make a video with it first because I've been so excited to see it. I'm going to just get a couple of things out of the way right here at the beginning. First thing is, after we put up our video from SHOT Show, I saw a couple people saying, if it's not a 22 cal, then it's not a Ruger 1022. Well, that's like saying all of the replicas, all the BB pistol replicas, rifle replicas that Umarex has ever made, or anyone else really for that matter has ever made, aren't legit unless they're the actual caliber of the gun that they're being a replica of, and that's just silly. That's ridiculous. This is a 177 cal, and I think that really for this sort of a format, 177 cal is the best. It's your best bet. This is a repeater CO2 gun. You're going to get good velocity out of 177 cal. You're going to get high shot count. And what do you really want to do with this? This isn't something that you're going to take out and go hunting with. Secondly, there have been other rifles of this sort of similar style and design. You can see the magazine style design there. It's multi-shot CO2 pellet rifle. I'm thinking specifically of like the Crossman 1077. Now, I don't know yet for sure because I haven't spent a whole lot of time with this, but from what I saw at SHOT Show, from what I got to kind of feel around and shoot it a few times there, I can tell you guys that this is the best quality style of this rifle that has come out by far. Best trigger. It's got single or double action trigger. It's got hopefully a better build quality because actually my 1077, the trigger stopped actually connecting with the trigger grouping and engaging after, I don't know, maybe 1,000 rounds or something like that. So it's no good anymore. It's just sitting on my shelf gathering dust because it broke. So I'm really very hopeful and pretty encouraged from what I saw at SHOT Show that this Ruger is going to be a better quality than some of the other options out there as far as this type of rifle goes. So that's it, guys. Let's just go ahead and let's tear right into this thing. As you can see, I've got a few pellet choices out here today. Of course, I've got some CO2. I've got 4 pellet choices there. I'm going to shoot this thing over the chronograph just so you can see what sort of numbers it's getting. On the box here, it says 700 feet per second with alloy pellets. So we actually do have some alloy pellets. We've got some RWS Hypermax. Then we've got the RWS Hobby Superdome, and I've never shot these before. These are the R10 Match by RWS, and these things look like they're pretty sweet, right? They're in a black tin. That's something special. So anyways, Umarex CO2, we got plenty of everything we need. Targets, got the Crony, cameras, lights, action. Here we go. All right, guys, so first things first, let's get her out of the box. Pretty excited to do this. I don't usually do unboxings when I get the new air rifles, but I've just been really excited about this one. So let's see what we get here. All right, so of course they did a decent job packing it here. Got plenty of styrofoam to hold it in position, and there it is. So kind of first impressions here is that it's definitely got a good weight to it. I mean, you can tell like this right here is metal. It's got metal barrel, metal sights. But the stock is a little bit plasticky and hollow sounding. I mean, that'd kind of be my only sort of complaint. But see, the thing is that if I can get this out of here. From what I remember, see, here we go, come on. Oh no, I gotta loosen this. Okay, gotta loosen this back here. And then will it come out? There it goes. See, it's hollow for a reason, which is kind of cool because you see it actually comes with the tool right there built in for your CO2. And that's cool because I don't even know how many of these little Allen wrenches that I've lost and gotten mixed in with my other tools over the years because they, you know, they're just so small and they're not included as part of the gun. So that's cool that's just right there, goes into the stock. As I remember, yeah, the CO2, it goes right in there in the butt of the gun as well. So that's kind of cool that the CO2 is hidden in there. Keeps sort of the authenticness of the replica going on there. One little thing though to note about this gun is that if you are going to want to scope it, which I think I might eventually want to go ahead and get a scope on this, is that it doesn't have a rail up here. It just has the included open sights, which are fine for what we're going to do today. But if you did want to get a scope on this, it's actually, it is compatible with the Ruger 1022 lineup of scope adapters. So you could get yourself a dovetail or a Weaver Picatinny mount scope adapter and actually put that on the top here, the same as what you'd get from a regular Ruger 1022. So that's kind of cool, very legit in that way. So there's the rifle, and of course it has the magazine here, which is a cool mag design. Actually, the shape of it is very similar to what the shape of a mag would be in a regular Ruger 1022, of course, except for the pellet shooting part of it. And the cool thing is you can actually get spares of these here. So if you want to get 3 or 4 more of these and get them all loaded up, have them in your pocket, that's pretty cool. Have spare little magazine clips, or I don't know what you'd call that, but anyways, that's what it is. So there's your mag. And of course, the all-important instructions. Make sure that anytime you get a new rifle or a pistol that you spend a little time, look through the instructions. Sorry if you guys don't like watching unboxings, but like I said, I was excited to get this in, excited to see it, and just had to include a little unboxing there. So that's that. Let's get set up. Let's get the chronograph out. Let's get the target out, and let's shoot this thing. All right, so here we go. Let's see how close this thing gets to that 700, and let's see if it's accurate at all with these pellets. One thing you should know is that I've got this target set up out here right now at 15 yards. I've got no scope on the thing. Just going to go ahead and shoot it open sights. First time shooting it, so anyways, here we go. This will be a really good judge of just sort of how this thing performs for you guys just straight out of the box. And it is getting pretty close to that 700. 665 on that last one. All right, so finished off there at 638. And actually, I'll have to kind of take a look at that, but looks like it was actually grouping with those RWS Hypermax pellets, which is kind of cool because I haven't really found too many rifles that these super lightweight pellets really shoot that great out of, so that's kind of cool. .576 is where it finished off. Not bad at all. And those definitely grouped all right. So let's keep going. We got the Super Domes up next, and we're gonna go ahead and pick a target down there and shoot these guys. One thing I notice is that it is going a little bit to the left with each of these pellets that I've tried so far. I'm not made any adjustments to the sights here. It looks like the sight is just adjustable for elevation. I don't see any windage adjustment on it. So, you know, I'd kind of have to Kentucky windage with it if I wanted to pull that back over to the right a little bit, but I'm just going to keep holding these same aim points so we can see how we're grouping. Looks like with these super domes, we're getting about 526 right now. The hobbies are a 7-grain pellet. Super domes are an 8.3, so it would make sense that we'd get slightly less FPS out of them. So I think we're still doing good on the CO2. Yep, I've already got that cocked and ready, so here we go. Alright, so that was 10 shots there. I mean, I'm feeling pretty happy with those groups. You know, CO2 gun, 15 yards, open sights, and we're getting decent FPS. We're still at 528 there, I think. So far we're 31 shots in because I shot an extra one that time there with the hobbies. I shot 11 trigger pulls, even though obviously there's only 10 shots in the mag. So 31 shots in on these two CO2s, and it's still going pretty strong, so that's cool. Next, we're going to go ahead and shoot these R10 match. These are 8.2 grain. These are doing excellent. Oh, and that was air. All right. So that's dropped down to 504 there at the last part. I'm not sure exactly what it was getting throughout, but I peaked up at one point, now it's at 530. So I'm thinking maybe I'm dropping off just a little bit on the FPS here. Getting towards the end of the CO2s, maybe, just maybe. I will be excited to see, now that I see that it's an accurate gun, I'll be excited to look into getting a little scope adapter here so that I can pop a scope on it for you guys, but that'll be in a future video. Anyways, right now we're going to go ahead and finish out these couple of CO2s with some more hobbies, and I'm going to aim for that top left target there. Let's see how I can do. Still not bad. Still cruising right along. That's awesome. Thing gets a lot of shots per fill. We're at 52 shots right now. Obviously, 2 of those were blanks, but I'm just saying 52 cycles of the CO2. That is really awesome. So you guys are getting your money's worth out of it. Looks like that last one at 503 was a duplicate. I'm not sure exactly how that shot string turned out, but I glanced down at one point and I saw that we were actually at 540. And that one's at 503. So, you know, we've got a bit of a spread, especially probably now that we're winding down on these CO2s. But it's still accurate. I mean, accurate for what you'd want a CO2 gun like this to be. That's for definite sure. So I think what I'll go ahead and do now that we've demonstrated the accuracy, demonstrated everything here with the single action, I'm just going to rip these 10 shots out with the double action trigger, just so you guys can get an idea of what that double action is like with this thing. Here we go. And we're definitely dropping off on that FPS there. We're at 446. So I'm going to call it there, guys, with these CO2s. I'm going to say that you're getting somewhere in between 50 to 60 shots per fill on the 2 CO2s, and that's decent. You know, for as much fun as you're having with something like this, 2 CO2s, 60 shots with pellets, that kind of accuracy, That's not bad at all. That's a winner in my book. Now, what you saw right there, I had switched to the double action, and it's actually not bad. It's a decent double action. It's definitely a little bit more of a trigger pull than obviously with the single action would be. But as far as backyard plinking, shooting cans, or just having fun punching paper like this, it's not bad at all. That's actually pretty awesome. So, man, that is so cool, you guys. Ruger 1022. This thing is a peach of a CO2 rifle. Very accurate, very realistic. I mean, it's got the total Ruger 1022 look and feel to it, other than it, you know, being maybe a little bit plasticky. But man, that is an awesome air rifle. I'm going to definitely give this one a recommendation. You know, like I say, it's not a 22 cal, it's a 177 cal, but who cares, you guys? This is a replica, and it is so much fun to shoot. What we're going to do next is let's go ahead and let's up the ante a little bit. Let's get out a big blast cap. Let's put it out there. We're going to put it out there at 30 yards, and let's see if this thing has enough power to punch through that with a brand new set of CO2s. Stay with me. All right, guys, we got the big blast target down there at about 30 yards. I'm going to go ahead and use the Hypermax because they've got that pointed tip. So I'm hoping they'll be able to punch through that bottle. I got it aired up to about 80, 90 PSI. And let's see if this thing's got enough power to pop that bottle. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That was awesome. Took me 2 shots because I saw the first shot went a little bit to the left, but corrected for that, and the second shot popped it. That was epic. All right, guys, there you have it. That's it for this little video. Ruger 1022 replica by Umarex USA. Sweet, sweet little CO2 rifle. Love this thing. Gonna have lots of fun with it. Gonna bring you guys a couple more videos with this. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. And definitely give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Want to take just a minute right now, of course, to thank my sponsor for this video, Umarex USA. They are an awesome airgun manufacturer. They make tons of cool stuff. Replica rifles, replica pistols. They've got great hunting options for you guys. Break barrels, PCPs, the whole bit. And definitely want to give them a huge shout out. Thank you, Umarex, for sending this out. Thank you for sponsoring this video. And that's it, you guys. I'm Ben, the Outdoors Air Gunner. Outdoors, having a whole lot of fun with my air guns. See you guys in the next video.